Smish Radio here, proudly brought to you by Musashi, standing with the brute himself, Jimmy Crute, ahead of UFC 243. Talk to us about, I guess, this moment and just being involved in such a massive event, a milestone event for obviously the whole country of Australia, especially Melbourne.
Man, it's crazy. Last time they did the stadium show at Marvel or Etihad at the time, I hadn't even made my pro debut. So, like, being here now, I'm not fighting, but I still get to be involved. It's really cool. And, sometimes it's good to take a step back and just take it in. This is the first time I'm going to be at a UFC event where, like, behind the scenes and get to take it in and enjoy it. So
you've never been at a UFC event and not fighting. This is you just as a spectator.
The last time they were here.
Yeah.
This is the first time since I've been to one UFC event that I haven't fought on. This is the second.
Just let's go back in time in a bit of a time capsule. UFC 193. What was that time like for you? You said you hadn't made your pro debut. How old were you and whereabouts were you in life at that time?
I don't know. I was searching for someone to fight me, but no one wanted to fight me.
Really?
So, it was weird. I was real crook that day too. But I was sitting with my family watching up in the back, right at the back. So. I don't know where they got me. They better have me sitting cage side for this one.
Yeah,
they best be.
I hope so.
I'll be talking to someone otherwise.
The VIP nosebleed seats.
yeah, exactly. No, like that. It was that day inspired me. Like, even though I was so crook and I could barely stand, but when Holly got the head kick, because I called that. I said Holly was gonna knock her out the head kick. I was
What
like
a call.
so crook, and I was laying back, and then when it happened, I got up and I was like, yeah. And then I sat back down. And I was like, oh my god. Because we sent it the night before out at some German bar, so it was just full of pork knuckle and beer. So.
It's always the German bars. They get you, man.
Oh, so bad.
I was going to say, so, okay, if you call the Holly Holm head kick, how do you think this one goes down between Rob Whittaker and Israel Adesanya? I know it's a tough one to call, but...
It's very tough.
And you know Rob well.
I know Rob well, and so that's why I'm not saying, he's going to beat him this way. And, the thing with Rob is he can win in so many different ways. He's so versatile, and I think that's what's going to get it for him. People don't understand how good he is everywhere. He's wrestling. Obviously, people know about his wrestling, but his jiu-jitsu is incredible. His striking's incredible. His boxing is incredible. His kicking is incredible. His fight IQ, his distance. That's not saying Israel isn't incredible. Like, Israel's my second favourite middleweight. So,
Second after Rob, right?
After Rob, yeah. So, I got Rob. And that's not just because I'm a fanboy. I study it and I try and be unbiased, and I put my money on Rob. Much respect to both fighters, though.
I was going to say, do you buy into the notion that it would be smart for Robert Whittaker to take Israel down, or do you think he can beat him on the feet, standing up?
I think so. I think that Rob can beat anyone everywhere. You've seen him out grapple Jacare, you've seen him out strikers. It's a hard one. It's a hard one because both guys are so good, and I'm sure Israel is amazing wrestling. Like, I know for a fact I've heard a few guys say how strong he is and stuff. So, you never know. It's a fight game. I just hope it's a good fight.
Your last fight obviously didn't go your way, but you learnt a lot from the experience. But before we talk about that, what was it like actually training with a champion like Rob? I know you went over there, you trained with him, you spent time with him. A lot of people don't really know what he's like outside of what they see during media day. What are a couple of things that you sort of learned from spending that time with him?
The best way to explain Rob is championship mentality. He does the work that needs to be done and more. And just the way they structure their camp, they've got such a high level camp out there. They've got amazing fighters at that weight. So yeah, it was really good. And just being around that guy that has that championship drive was really inspiring. And it was good because, like, I look at myself and I look at my mindset and I go, yeah, I'm on the right path. I'm like, I'll be where he is one day,
I feel like it's encouraging as well, seeing a guy like Rob, to win the big one and be able to do it and kind of show, all other Aussies sort of what's possible and where you can sort of achieve in the sport. But I was going to say, what were some of the lessons that you learned, after your last fight?
It was all mentality for me. I just went in there with the killer be killed notion. It probably let me down a little bit. I'm actually really good at jiu-jitsu, and I didn't show that. I'm a high-level black belt. And I went in there and I tried to punch him off my back. I think it was the whole how big it was, like, in my head. And Misha did well to put a pressure on me that I wasn't used to, and I will never shy. Like most guys, when they get that pressure on them, they'll shy out, and I'll come back swinging. So he did well to bring that out of me. He's a veteran, of course. Of course, he's going to know how to beat the young pup. I think he's beaten 3 23-year-old undefeated guys. So, I'll come back stronger.
I was going to say, because you've said that before, kill or be killed, right? That's kind of like your mantra. Does that change? And you said, so it's still going to be the same case in future fights, right?
It's going to be the same case, but it's going to be much more smarter. I'll be like a surgeon with a knife rather than a butcher with an axe. I have a great fight IQ. I've shown it before. Not so much in the last fight, but lessons been learnt, and I'll create an opening next time. I won't force it.
Just quickly before we wrap up, your good friend Ben Sassoli is going to be taking on Greg Hardy. I mean, you've been behind him for quite some time. You guys have a hilarious relationship, back and forth banter, always. I mean, what can the world expect when those guys go in the octagon together? A lot of people don't really know Ben. Are they in for a shock when they see how this fight plays out?
It's not going to be a good fight. Ben Sassoli's going to murk him. Ben Sassoli, he's going to fuck him up, I swear. Ben Sassoli's on another level to Greg Hardy, and you'll see.
Well, we can't. I mean, strong words. How can you top that? We can't wait to see it. We can't wait to see where you're sitting this weekend, UFC 243. It better be a good seat.
Put me in a good seat, boys.
No,
come on.
He's not here to fuck spiders. He's here to get good seats at UFC 243.
I want good seats, all right? I'm sure I will.
Thank you so much, Jimmy Crute. Can't
Thanks,
wait to
boys.
see you return, man.
Appreciate it, boys.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man.